Hey, welcome back to Mount Pleasant Farm and a sweltering day here. And I guess you'll call this barn renovation project 23. What we're doing today is finishing up the interior coop stuff. I did a little bit off camera, which I'll show you here in a minute, but the goal today is to finish up nesting boxes and to finish up the little odds and ends with the interior coop. Let me show you what we have going on. Okay, so we've went ahead and this is the back, the left side of the coop. And there's the top up there. I went ahead and cut lumber. We have the section of flooring in over the coop. There's a little gap here, but that's no big deal. No chickens getting out of there. So the coop is essentially secure, and we've started the flooring. The deck right here is where the stairs will end up. But anyway, that's the top. And then let me show you what's going on down in the coop. So the last episode, as you know, we finished all the coop walls and the door and the welded wire and all this jazz. So now inside I've went ahead and cut a door for the chickens. I'll make a slider on the outside here later today. Went ahead and dumped into a bale of pine flakes. And then the only thing else I'm going to do in here before I let chickens have access here in about an hour is we've got one roosting bar going on a 45 across here. Then as far as inside goes, I want a roosting bar. I'm going to use these studs over here and then attach them to the paneling over here. But I want one up high, and the next stud down is going to be a little bit lower. And the next stud down is going to be basically right in front of the nesting boxes, and I want them to use that to be able to fly over into the nesting boxes under the perch bars there. I'm going to do 6 nesting boxes I've decided on, so that'll be a total of 9. We've got 3 in the outside, which will now be called the outside coop, and we'll have 6 inside here. That should be plenty for our 20 or so layers that we'll have. We got a couple that have kind of petered out, they're sick or whatever, but I think we'll be fine as far as having 9 total nesting boxes for the amount of chickens we'll have. So today, aside from doing this, I'm going to make the nesting boxes, and they'll be set into that wall over there. And then I just got to get some of these roosting bars cut and put in place, and we should be complete. Well, okay, I've got the this angle roosting bar in place, cut, secured. And I just cut 3 more. I just basically split some regular 2x4s to make them 1.75 and cut 3 of those to go in the spots that I told you about. I'll hang those here in just a minute, and then I'm going to start drawing out the plans for the egg boxes. And look at that, we've already got chickens coming in to check out the new digs. Coming in to check it all out. What do you think, girls? Oh boy, they're all coming in now. All right, let's make some nesting boxes. Okay, so we're working on our nesting boxes now. I just cut a bunch of pieces of wood here. I got sides, so I'm basically doing 2 vertical boxes of, vertical towers of 3 boxes, and they'll go on either side of the stud down there in that coop. So I've basically got 8 12x12 panels and 4 12x38 panels to basically make 3 boxes tall. So we'll go ahead and take the nail gun and put this all back together. A quick note here. This Brad nailer that I got from my dad. So thanks, Dad. My dad got this thing for a gift from work about 15 years ago. Never used it. It was still new in the box. This DeWalt Brad nailer. There's also a crown molding nailer. Works perfectly. I tested it out today. Finally got it going. So got my new compressor here, and we're going to go ahead and assemble these nesting boxes using these 1 1/4" brads out of this Brad nailer from my dad. Thanks, Dad. Okay, it's the first of two sets of 3 nesting boxes. This will be straightened out once I get the backing on it. What we're using are the paint pans. You take a paint pan, these are kind of like roll-out nesting boxes. So you take a paint pan, and you slide this in here. There'll be a little lip on the front that I haven't made yet. It'll slide in just like that, be butted up against the front. Then we're going to have a backing right here that'll drop down to this level. And then the eggs will roll out basically here. You just put indoor outdoor carpeting right here with 3M adhesive. The chicken lays the egg. They roll back out of the chicken's reach, and then you can easily get the eggs out of the pan. So that's kind of what we're going with. We're going to do a second one of these. We'll get the backing all on and measured out, and then we'll go ahead and mount them on the coop. Okay, so we got the 2 basic boxes built, like I said. Now what I've done is I've cut 6 13 by 3 pieces. And what these will do is they will sit in front of that paint pan, like so, just to keep it from sliding out the front. I just rough cut very quickly 6 of these on the table saw, and that'll keep that inside from sliding out, and it'll also give me a place where I can possibly mount a perch that they can jump on to get in, or I may be able to do something with a coop, just running a board across some studs in front of these boxes, but we'll see. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and nail these 6 front pieces on. Okay, so now we take these paint pans, slide them in, they don't go anywhere. All these eggs start dropping, they roll to the back. And I'll show you what's going to go on with that next. So next, you got the paint pan sticking out the back, okay, with the egg. So the paint pan slides in, bird lays the egg, falls out. There'll be another panel right here that goes down just on top of that. Just enough so you can pull it out, do whatever you need to do with it to clean it, spray it out, slide it back in. It's got a keeper up front. Then there's going to be a hinge right here with a board that's got a catch on it that drops down. It'll keep this paint pan from sliding out if the bird's in there messing around or whatever. You don't put a bunch of bedding in here, you just put the AstroTurf, glue it down with 3M adhesive, and then you don't have to worry about your eggs getting dirty. The chicken lays the egg, it rolls down into this area here. Collect your eggs in the morning, you go about your business. So next we'll be putting these back panels on here. Just got to cut a bunch of stuff, 13 by 9-ish. Okay, so now we'll get the backing on some of these here. This isn't rocket science, doesn't have to be absolute perfection. You know, it's a nesting box. As long as it's functional, that's really what matters. Interesting. Did I run out of staples? I sure did. There's a blooper for you. Okay. Time to reload, I guess. I guess I shot 1,000 already. Okay, let's try this again with the brads in place. Okay, now really, there you have it. There we go. Now it'll be a matter of taking, getting some 1x or something. Got to see what I have available, and basically cutting a board that's 13 inches long and about 4 inches wide. And I'll put a little lip on the end, so when you lift up this board, it's going to have a hinge right here. Close that board down. There's going to be a little piece of wood sticking down to go right behind this tray, so it doesn't push out. Then be looking good. Okay, so this is mostly the finished product here. We've got the paint pans installed, and everything's set up in front. We've got the stoppers in front. Now these pieces here, I'll probably mount some perches unless I can rig up something inside the coop once these are installed on the wall. You see the back on both of these. We've got the paint pans installed. You've got some fake eggs sitting here. Got them both the same way. Slide in and out nice. So I've still got to work on the cover that sits here, and will hinge up and will also hold these paint pans in place. I don't have any hinges right now, so that's part of my hang up. I can cut the wood. I've got definitely got some plywood and stuff here I can use to cut it, but I won't be able to completely finish these, but they are functional. I can put in the grass. The AstroTurf will go here. That way you can take these out anytime and hose them out and make sure they're nice and clean and dry, and you can pop back at any time. In the meantime, so the birds can use these tonight or tomorrow, I can get a bungee cord and attach it top and bottom just to hold them all in, or I can rig up something else just temporarily until I can get this rear holding mechanism figured out. Other than that, the next step is I'm going to put these up against the wall, the plywood wall, trace them out, and then I'm going to cut a hole so I can mount these to the wall of the coop. And one more time, I almost forgot. Thanks, Dad, because these things were awesome, and I could not have built these as fast if you hadn't given me these Brad guns. So thank you very much. I love you. Well, all right. So we've got one of the nesting box towers mounted to the coop. It's all solid in there, looking good. You can see it inside there. They look good. And I'll be able to run a roosting, not a roosting bar, but a perching bar. Sorry about the focus on that wire, but I'll be able to run a perching bar across the front of those 3 studs in front of each one of these boxes, so they'll have something to fly to off of that last roosting bar right there. And that was my plan, to have that about midway up the height of these nesting boxes. So far so good. Here we are, both nest box towers are mounted here. I cut a big hole in the wall of the coop, and I got that stud in the center. Took a nail gun and mounted them all up. They're all set and ready to go. I just need to put the indoor-outdoor carpeting. I need to do the adhesive and put that in there. The eggs roll really nice in both of them. And then let me take you out here and show you the outside. So here on the outside is how it looks. This is the area where you come and get the eggs. It's all mounted up, good to go. It's solid. Super happy with the way this turned out. And if you come up to get the eggs, here's how they come out. Look at that. And you get your eggs. Loving it. So the last thing to do is to put the covers over these. So you got to have some hinges, and those covers will have a tab on them that when it comes down, it'll hold these trays in, so they don't slide out when the hens are in there messing around. And then when you come to collect eggs, you just lift that thing up on hinges, grab your eggs, drop it back down, make sure the tray is secure, and go about your day. Okay, so I think this will be a wrap for today. It is super hot and super sweaty, and I'm just pretty much done working outside. So I appreciate you watching. I hope this video helped you get some ideas on building nesting boxes and some other cool stuff you can do with your coop, especially if you bring it inside. So if you got a barn, if you got a shed, if you got something like that you can put a chicken run around, you can always do an internal coop and still keep your own storage space. It's been a project, certainly, but it's coming to a close with this barn. A couple days when I've got some time. I still need to do the perch bars and fix the little keepers for the back side of the egg drawers. So, but that's going to be pretty quick. I just need to get some hinges. I forgot to buy the hinges at Lowe's. So anyway, I just need hinges. I'll get that done. I'll do a short video on that. Otherwise, talk to your friends, like and subscribe, and share with your friends. And as always, keep getting after it.